Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News. This is a weather and lifestyle news show. Oh, I got a show for you. A little bit of animals everywhere. I guess it's getting cold and they decide they're going to come in for the winter. Yes. And earthquakes. Boy, the earthquakes are kind of weird too. And uh, uh, boy, I almost got in here a little late. I've got gas issues. It was water. Now they have any gas people out there. Let me know what you think of this. So from the hole from the water, they fix the water because of a crack because of roots of trees. There's a flag there, and then there's a flag towards the end of the road, and then it goes flags that stretch up to my gas meter, and the gas company knows nothing. Yeah, well, yeah, the story of my life. The gas people don't know much. All right. All right. So let's get into we got this cold weather snap. Karen and Susan, I wonder if they got snow. Or are they getting snow? I mean, it got to 27 degrees here last night. I mean, oh boy. Um,
All
and
right, so a lot of you guys in the South woke up.
yeah, we woke up. It sounds like Ari today. Uh, this thing always closes down on me. I think that's what the Weather Channel does to me. But looky here. Oh, wow. Look at that cold going down. And they say it's going to be more snow this year than normal. I thought it was warming. They said, no, it's just going to rain and hurricanes and the ocean's warming up and the Canada and the Arctic, everything's warming up. And no, all of a sudden everything's freezing again. Is this the Twilight Zone? The Twilight Zone from, remember that one where the lady was burning up, burning up, burning up, and she wakes up and they're actually in a cold spell. That's what I kind of feel is going on. All right, so I think this is Ari, whatever his name is, and he's going to give us this cold news.
All right, so a lot of you guys in the South woke up to the deep freeze on Wednesday morning. Okay, maybe that's overstating it a little bit, but we had our first freeze for a lot of people. All these spots where you see kind of that shivering dot, that's where we could still see record lows on Thursday morning. So the cold air is going to stick around. Look at Asheville, North Carolina, 23 degrees. You're going to wake up to that on Thursday morning. No fun, at least in my opinion. Some people like that. We're still going to be chilly for our afternoon highs on Thursday. Temperatures below average, 50 in New York, 58 in Atlanta. Lexington at about 56, but we're going to recover pretty quickly. Once we get into the weekend, Atlanta's back up into the low 70s, going to be absolutely fantastic weather. New York back up into the low 60s, and Dallas, where we just had a record low in the morning, Sunday we're back up to near 80 degrees there.
Yeah, back to normal. Yes, we're back to normal. The trick-or-treaters had a little cold spell. Boy, William, I didn't find out nothing. I have all kinds of people calling me back saying, we don't know. And I told everybody already about my gas woes. Was water woes. Now it's gas woes. You know, uh, give you guys a little bit of a chuckle. That wolf mask, it's sitting on my across the room on a table. Now the dogs don't like Mr. Wolf mask. So they're coming in and they're staring at him. And then they run out. And then they run around, they come back in, they stare at him. They're not growling, no hair, no nothing, just staring at him. So I wonder if they're going to take him outside. All their toys go outside. But they're just looking at him. I think I'm going to leave them there for a few days and see what happens. All right. Dogs and the wolfy masks. So 6 changes, a stronger El Nino could bring us this winter.
So you may have heard that we have a...
Boy, Ari's just on it today. And snowfall versus average moderate to strong El Ninos. Well, we know El Nino's always brought really deep snow in the north. This isn't supposed to be happening, says the Weather Channel, and says a lot of people. Why is it warm? Why is it cooling off? Why is it so cold? so early. And El Nino is going to bring a lot of snow. Makes no sense. All right, let's bring in Mr. El Nino. Ari, here we go.
Strong El Nino forecast for this winter. And I want to go through a couple of different things that tend to generally happen when we have a strong El Nino going on during the winter. And it all starts with the jet stream. So during a winter where we have a moderate to strong El Nino, the jet stream tends to be farther toward the south in the United States. And that will obviously kind of increase the chances for snow in the south, because the jet stream is the train tracks for storm systems that come in off the west coast. So the area of low pressure
Yay,
will tend to
snow.
end up pretty close to where the jet stream is. So you see a lot of extra snow, more snow than usual in the Sierra, parts of the Central Rockies. And then this other maximum, and where we tend to see more snow, is from the Appalachians up into the mid-Atlantic. And that's for a specific reason. So when the jet stream is farther toward the south, it gives us a better chance of ending up with an area of low pressure off the southeast coast. Whenever that happens, and the steering currents are such that the area of low pressure will start to move up the east coast, it will tend to strengthen. You end up on the backside of it, the counterclockwise spin there around the low. A lot of cold air filters into the backside of the system, and you end up with more snow in that area. Now, conversely, up in the north, we tend to see a lot less snow than usual from the Cascades, all the way through the northern Rockies and then into the Great Lakes in the interior Northeast. Now, when it comes to temperatures, it's pretty clear cut. During a strong El Nino winter, we tend to see below average temperatures in the south and above average temperatures in the north. So, obviously with the jet stream being farther toward the south and more storm systems going down there, along with the lower temperatures than usual, that plays into why there's more snow in the south as well.
William, do you think they're confused? I don't know. I'm speechless. Warmer temperatures in the north, and they're getting lower temperatures than normal. I don't know. I think the weather guys, and I have to say this, guys, they're kind of guesstimating what's going to happen this winter. Now, if we get a lot of thick snow, it's going to be all the way down. And I believe that we're not going to have to make snow for all them snow bunnies. Yeah, William's kind of agreeing with me. Something's up. Um, now over in the uh, UK and Italy, they're getting flooding rains, and it's like they call it a bomb cyclone, and it has flooded Italy badly. Um, I seen the streets and I was like, well, I thought they were flooded and they couldn't, they had to get around by boat anyway. Well, not these streets. And I seen a bus that was up to halfway up the bus in water. So yeah, they're flooding over there in Italy, but they're flooding over in the UK, London, and other parts of the British um, over there on them in the UK. So, wow, even Ireland is flooding. So they're getting hit over there hard. Noah, get the boat ready. I don't know. I don't think Noah can do the snow. All right, so we got earthquakes, folks. Boy, these are some weird ones. We didn't get any sixes, but there was a cluster all around, pretty much close to the Bay Area of California. And the big ones we're seeing Futuna, um, Loyalty Islands, Santa Cruz Islands. This is all over by Fiji. And then we go over and we have a 5.1 in Indonesia. We have a 5.1 in India. All these are fives. 5.2. I seen 5.1 earlier for Santa Cruz Islands, close to um, Fuji Islands. And then we have a 5.1 in Futuna. Then we have a 5.1 on the Loyalty Islands. And then we go up and 4.8 Western Honshu, Japan. We go up 4.9. These are all fives. They're five all the way up. And then what happens? Well, then they dropped to 3.8 on the Glacier View, Alaska. They dropped down to where in Stanley, Idaho, 3.5. Then we have the ones around Parkfield, California, 2.5. Nevada border, 2.6. They're all going down. And so you say, what's going on in South America? Well, we still got Concord, California, 2.7. And then over to Nevada, Beatty, 2.6. Hawaii, 2.5 at the volcano Hawaii. So what's down in South America, but at 4.6, almost a 5, after the big one, a 6.6 they just had. Nothing really on the islands. Puerto Rico got a very small one, and it wasn't all that deep. And then we go over to Iran, a 4.7, and then Afghanistan to Tajikistan border and Xinjiang border of China. All three on the border got a 4.3. I'm going to look around just in case. Oh, no. No. It looks like that is it. There was only 24 earthquakes. Oh, we'll get better, Susan. Just, yeah. Lay in bed, drink fluids, sleep, Tylenol. I don't know, Vicks Vapor Rub if you're clogged up. I don't know. Flu. Flu is multi symptoms. All right. So that we didn't have very many earthquakes, but you know what it spells out is I still think there is going to be a 6 or a 7 that pops up. Now, Dutch Sense did say a 7 or maybe even 8 on the West Coast, and it never happened. And I hate it when he disappears at that time when they're supposed to happen. Just get in there, say it didn't happen, and move on, and tell us what's going on. All right. So what's going on is I'm very concerned about the cluster around Parkfield, California. When we get clusters like that, usually something bigger breaks out. So, all right, I'm going to go on to the ghostly hand. And I thought this to be very interesting because it looks like a 3-fingered hand. Some of the aliens you see. Oh, don't worry, William. I'm not going to talk UFOs or aliens. But it's very interesting of a hand that appeared in space. And NASA caught it. So here, I'm going to throw it up there. See, it looks like a couple fingers there. So here we go. Hand in space. The hand in space. Very interesting. What does it mean? We don't know. Hand in space. All right. So, All Saints Day is today. And many people feel closest to God on those days. That's one thing that's mentioned. The other ones is to remembrance of people that we've lost. And All Saint Days has been observed on November 1st since the 8th century. Tells you how old this is. And they say that it comes that a much closer of the side of eternity to heaven is what they say. All Hallows Day or All Saints Day is celebrated of saints, both known and unknown, like Saint Christopher. A lot of the saints are the ones that were sainted by the Catholic Church. It's easy to get bogged down, they say, acknowledge the numerous tragedies happening in the world, but All Saints' Day calls us out of the mire. The All Saints reminds Christians everywhere that we weren't made for this life alone, and our eternal destiny is in heaven. Um, so, no matter how you take it, if you take it for a lost loved one, or you take it to cherish our saints, or if you just feel a closer connection with God. So, boy, something that's very interesting. Let me stop this. Now, eerie swarm, and this don't usually happen in Russia, and they say this has got to be the weirdest thing that they've ever seen. Was a huge amount of blackbirds that were swarming around the city and even swooping down close to the ground and back up again. And they don't know why. They say that this is just a weird phenomenon. I'm sorry, China, not Russia, folks. Oops. Maybe they don't like China. Maybe they don't like China. I don't know. I thought it was Russia. I'm sorry, because it happened in Russia too. My article I read was Russia and China, but they say it goes for warmer, but that's fog, which could mean warmer temperatures. But it's just weird because they're not normally in that part of the country. These blackbirds, and they say normally they don't even see them, but all of a sudden they seen the blackbirds. Does it mean anything? I don't know. What does seeing a swarm of blackbirds mean? We don't know. I know that people think blackbirds are bad luck. I don't know, or darkness. But who knows? Now, a section of North Carolina Blue Ridge Parkway closed after visitors interact with bears. The bears are everywhere, and they say they are starting to go after people that want to stop and take pictures of them. The closure affects an 8-mile portion of the Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina. Um, they say um, that feeding and attempting to hold young bears, what a bunch of dummies. You don't hold baby bears. Leave them alone. Mama's right there. You're going to get chewed up. They're going to bite you on your buns. Oh my goodness. What are they thinking here? The Park Service said the decision to shut down the stretch of the national park during peak leaf peeping season comes after multiple documented reports of visitors engaging with young bear wanting to hold them or give them food with mama bear close by. So this is 12 miles north of Asheville. So they're closing the section road temporarily so people quit feeding them. Stop it. Yeah. I'm going to slap their hands. What are they thinking? It's just like Yellowstone. Don't feed the bison. They're cute. Yes, they look cute. The babies are cute. The bears look cute. Baby bears are really cute. But you don't do it. I don't care if they look like they're on their own. Mama's close by. And that's what the park rangers are saying. That mama will wander off a little bit to go find food, and the baby bears kind of run off and have a little romp, a little play. But mama's close by. And when she sees you attempting to hold one of her little bears, she's going to bite you on the buns. All right, I got to keep going. I got a lot of stuff here. On this day, November 1st, 1800, John Adams becomes the first president to live in the White House. Yeah, they opened the doors to the White House, and the first family, the John Adams family, became the first residents. Ah, boy, that's something, huh? Um, Southern California wildfire are burning structures. They're starting to evacuate. Um, um, and a, oh boy, Aguanga, California. I hope I said that right. Um, Thousands are being forced from their homes. Now, 'tis the season of the Santa Ana winds. Now, normally they start the end of August and they run through pretty much November. And so I hadn't heard of any fires. And they say this is due to the Santa Ana winds. I lived there all my life, and every year, if we didn't do it in August, it'd be September, October, and then we'd hear about fog and accidents down there. Then we would hear about the Santa Ana winds sparking fires. It's a normal thing. Um, I don't know why it keeps burning. There shouldn't be anything left to burn. Okay. Salt Lake in China. I don't know if anybody knew that there is a Salt Lake in China. Um, it's very beautiful, and they said it's become pink. And this is unusual. It normally isn't pink. So here we go. I don't know if I'm gonna swim in that water. They said healing powers. Now I'm even leery of the hot springs down here for healing powers because it smells weird. I don't know. It didn't say pink. It had all the other colors, red and green and blue and purple, and but no pink. Yep. So this year, they've got pink and they don't know why. And they say it's the shrimp. Well, I don't know if the shrimp causes a lot of this stuff, but okay, I'm gonna keep going on this. I got a lot more. So, Moose makes a surprise visit outside Massachusetts elementary school. And of course, the kids running to the windows and looking. And uh, they have a really good picture of this moose. Take a look at that. Oh, yeah, he's out in the parking lot and he's strolling around. His cars are lining up. I guess it's a he, might be a she. Um, um, the police department shared the photo of this large moose who was, let's see, I got it, uh, who was wandering a public elementary school on Monday. Um, and they say the principal told the local paper, and everybody was snapping pictures with their cell phones. And the department um, posted, according to the state's Division of Fisheries and Wildlife, people should not approach or pursue a moose, which can stress the animal and cause it to bolt into traffic or attack bystanders. So it sounds like the elementary school kept everybody in there and everybody just took a bunch of pictures. But there you have it. I told you all these critters today, all these critters coming in. Now, this one here, a Texas official offered 2,000 to report poaching of threatening prehistoric like reptile. Now, this is kind of a weird looking turtle, folks, but it's definitely protected. And people have been known to collect them or kill them or take them home, put them in a tank, and they said, no, you can't do that. This is actually a prehistoric um, survivor, they say. It's a alligator snapping turtles. They're very sensitive to the removal. Even the small number of breeding adults have a hard time breeding. We want to keep the species around to help maintain um, the rivers and streams, they said. And the alligator snapping turtles are freshwater turtles that span from Texas to Florida and can even go up as far as Ohio. Um, they say for the past 22 years, conservation programs has raised nearly 11 million to save the turtles. Um, so if you see that turtle, and they say that there's people, fishermen, that it gets caught in their lines and it's killing them, and they just kind of snip what they can and throw them back in there, and sometimes it can be dangerous for the turtle. So again, I'll let you guys see a picture of him. There he is. There he is. The alligator snapping turtle. And then we had a deer that walked in on a restaurant. Um, let's see where this was in Beloit, Wisconsin, and a deer was seen entering through the front doors and then making a break for it through the kitchen. He seen the people, he ran past the people, ran into the kitchen and out the back door. I think he just wanted to see what kind of food they were making. Wow. Um, and it was unexpected. And the people in the restaurant were just in awe. Um, now, this one here is sensitive because we know a lot of people here in the United States that have pit bulls. Well, the UK has now officially banned them after a large amount of attacks. And they say more and more people are being attacked every year, but more and more are buying these pit bulls. And it's American pit bull, I believe, is what it is. Um, they say that were considered an investigation as of February 1st of this year, whether or not to ban them. And they've listened to hundreds of owners, they say. Some say their dogs would never bite, and those that have dogs that have bitten, and they said they never expected it. So the UK will be banning pit bulls. Should we have it here? I don't know. I got my own opinion. My daughters had them, and some of the most loving dogs to the family. But when a stranger comes in, it's not pretty because you got to really cage them up. Um, and sometimes they're very loving to strangers and other people. We're just gonna, I think the United States is gonna maybe investigate it like the UK did and make the decision. More and more, they have more pit bull puppies show up in the shelters than any other dogs because everybody thinks, oh, I'm gonna be able to sell them, and they have 8 to 12 in a litter. And it's, to me, that's very cruel to a pit bull when there's so many in these shelters. Just refrain. Wait. Go to the shelter if you're thinking about having puppies. Then go to the shelter and find out how many pit bull puppies there are there. Don't overpopulate, they say. All right, we're down to the funny post. Oh yeah, dumb people. Well, yeah. Let's face it. There are a lot of dumb people out there. Sometimes you want to express how stupid they really are. Okay, so with things we could tell them. An intellect revealed only by garden tools. As smart as bait, your chimney's clogged. Doesn't have all his dogs on one leash. Doesn't know much, but leads the league in nostril hair. Forgot to pay his brain bill. Her sewing machine's out of thread. His belt doesn't go through all of the loops. Missing a few buttons on his remote control. No grain in the silo. Several nuts short of a full pouch. Skylight leaks a little. Slinky's kinked. I like that one. I got a chuckle out of that when I seen that. It's, when the slinky's kinked, that's it. That's it. It doesn't go down the stairs. Yeah, that wonderful commercial. And then within a day, you got a kink, slinky. Surfing in Nebraska. A few feathers short of a whole duck. All foam, no beer. The cheese a skid off his radar, or off his cracker. I'm sorry. Cheese slid off his cracker. Yeah. A few bricks shy of a full load. 24 cents short of a quarter. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Yeah, we knew those. All right. And on to the last one, fitness thoughts. Boy, and there's not very many of them. And we're getting close to, we just did Halloween with all the candy, and we got Thanksgiving coming up with all the food, and then Christmas with all everything, all the above. So these are fitness thoughts, something that might help. The only reason I would take up jogging is so I could hear heavy breathing again. I have to exercise in the morning before my brain figures out what I'm doing. I don't exercise at all. If God meant us to touch our toes, He would have put them further up our body, like the knees. I have flabby thighs, but fortunately, my stomach covers them. Well, that's not good. I like long walks, especially when they are taken by people who annoy me. If you're going to try to cross country skiing, start with a small country. I don't jog. It makes the ice jump right out of my glass. So there you have it, folks. That is it for the show, and I thank you for watching, and subscribe and hit that like button. Thumbs up, yeah, thumbs up. And if you're not receiving notification, ring the bell and it'll get y'all reset again. So that is it for the show. And we will see you tomorrow. If not, come on back in 30 minutes for the World War III report. Uh, so thanks for watching, and God bless. Happy Wednesday.